celebrate with fireworks. Hi, I'm Maya the Science Kid. Welcome back to my podcast. Happy July 4th. Many people in America celebrate July 4th as the day that the U.S. gained independence from England back in 1776. If you don't live in the U.S., you might celebrate a similar holiday like in Canada, where you celebrate Canada Day on July 1st, or other countries may also celebrate a day of independence. Many people celebrate this Day of Independence with fireworks. And today I thought it would be fun to talk more about fireworks. Maybe about their history, where they came from, how they started out, maybe about whether it's good to celebrate with fireworks, or maybe we should start using an alternative. If you like my podcast and you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And it really helps out if you rate it on Apple Podcasts so other people can also find it and also enjoy my podcast.
So, yeah, let's talk about fireworks. Let's start with some of the history of fireworks, where it came from. So, what do you know about history of fireworks?
I know they originated in China from like bamboo fire and stuff like that.
hmm
And then some people found out and it spread all over the world.
Right. So that was about, I don't know, 1,500 years ago or so, maybe even longer. I don't know. The history of that time is kind of sketchy. It's not quite well known because it's not necessarily written down. Who knows if it was invented in multiple different places? But it was in China where they experimented with making gunpowder different ways. And initially, it was used for celebration because it was, or like
It was
scaring
used
off
for
bad spirits.
it was used for like kings like celebrate like emperor
Right.
celebrations. Big like
Yeah.
they weren't used for small celebrations. They were
Yeah.
used for big celebrations.
And it and it started out with just the sound of like the crackling sound. I think it, over time they developed the rocket thing that goes out in the air and then makes a big flowery looking thing. So that has been an art that's been developing over time, and
It's called technics.
yeah, pyro is fire, techniques is like
Technics.
techniques. Yeah. So even
Pyro is
now,
fire in.
even now, people invent new ways, new colors, new shapes, new sizes of fireworks. Um, what I see is a lot of inventions coming out of Japan,
Yeah.
doing different fireworks.
Yeah,
even
Japan has really nice fireworks.
Right. And but in Toronto, where I used to live, every year in the summer, there's a fireworks competition where other countries come. There's like Japan and Germany and China and Italy and U.S. and Canada. I think those are the ones I know. These are the big fireworks countries. They put on a show. The show goes on like half an hour or so. This is like just a fireworks show, and it's synchronized with music,
Ooh, nice.
and it's really nice, really really nice. And I've seen crazy looking fireworks there, where I've never seen it anywhere else. It's very fun. It's very like, and it's a huge like celebration. They do it on once a week, different countries, and I think it's a competition. Or I mean, doesn't like to me, everyone is a winner in that situation, right? Um, I think it's called Festival of Lights.
That sounds like something else.
I don't know. Sounds Festival of Fire, maybe. Who knows? Um, but yeah, there's still invention in or innovation. Let's see,
They're still making new fireworks.
new types, new shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Uh,
a lot of different fireworks. I read online there's like a lot of them are named after flowers because fireworks most of them look like flowers. There's chrysanthemum, there's dahlia, and then there's like different ones like waterfall or horsetail.
yeah.
And there's different kinds too. They
Yeah,
can be rocket ones
yeah. So they seem to be different sizes. I've seen
Yeah.
some large, super large ones,
and shapes.
and different shapes. There's obviously the ones that are like a sphere, blow in every direction. There's the ones that are
They go
more like a disc, blow
Yeah.
in a disc way. There are some that fall down like a
Yeah, I like
waterfall.
those ones. The rainy ones. That's
Yeah,
actually what they're called, waterfall.
yeah,
Or
waterfalls.
horsetail, because,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so there's different shapes, different sizes, and then there's different colors. The colors are with the different material you use, different elements. When they burn, they burn in different colors. In fact, that's one of the ways of figuring out what material you have is by burning a little bit of it and see the flame, the color of the flame. So if
Yeah,
it's
like
like green, you
copper
have
is
copper,
green.
right? If you have like sodium, it's blue, I think. Different colors for different material. So then you go the other way. If you want blue or you want green, then you use some of that color, some of that material, right?
Yeah. So
So
they can be different colors and shapes and sizes,
yeah. So
styles.
if you go on Wikipedia, there's a whole table of these are the colors of material. These are the colors you can get, and these are the materials you use.
Yeah.
And there's multiple of the same color. You can use different material.
Yeah.
Some of them
are toxic, so you don't use them.
yeah, some of them are more toxic. Some of them are
sometimes-
more explosive.
But sometimes some people use the toxic ones in the fireworks, and then that's bad for like the air and the environment and stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah. So the fireworks started out a long time ago. In fact, when I was looking it up, it looks like U.S.'s second president, John Adams,
Yeah.
was
There were fireworks at George Washington's inauguration.
okay, but
That's what
since
I read.
since John Adams,
Yeah.
fireworks has been like a permanent thing at the celebration of July 4th.
Really?
Yeah, basically, he wanted to have
One way
something
to, like-
exciting
Yeah.
for the July 4th celebration. Something that would, he said, something that they would be visible from like sea to sea or something like that. Obviously, it goes in the sky and it's very visible.
Yeah.
And you have to imagine at the time, this is like
This is like
a long time ago,
so
right?
so
At the time,
like,
there isn't that
cool.
many. Like this is the most exciting thing people would see,
yeah. This
right?
is like
For a long time. It's
Yeah.
essentially
it would
like,
be like a rocket launcher.
yeah, it's like it would be like seeing
look-
like a galaxy explode in the sky, something like that, like stars
Yeah.
like showing
Like a
up.
supernova or something.
Some would I mean it's fireworks is amazing to me even now, and I've seen many fireworks. Imagine if your life was like living in the farm, but you didn't even have
Firecrackers, sparklers.
yeah, but you didn't even have like the light, electricity. So artificial light at night in the sky is an amazing thing.
Like the light you had was a candle.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, try throwing a candle in the air. See what you get.
That's probably not a good idea on a farm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been around for a long time, and it's obviously people use it for celebration.
Did
People
you know
use-
that some people use it on farms to scare away birds?
So let's talk about the different uses of it besides celebration. So obviously people use it for celebration.
Yeah. Small celebration, big celebration.
Yeah, the main so here in the U.S. we use it for July 4th. Obviously, that's usually the big celebration, but also for New Year's.
Juneteenth.
I don't know if we use fireworks for that. I don't know. Obviously, it's more like it's a newer celebration that's coming around, right?
I guess.
So I don't know what but any celebration,
Canada, they-
celebration. I mean, people use it for birthdays, so
Just celebrations in
just
general.
celebration.
People use it at weddings, at birthdays, at
Yeah, exactly.
anything.
I mean, we've been to a wedding that had
And then it
fireworks.
had fireworks.
Right. So, yeah. obviously, if you want to do something cool and exciting, and it's always a spectacle.
Yeah.
It's like that's what fireworks is, a spectacle.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing.
Something that sticks in people's memory.
Yeah. And so celebrate when I was in Italy, we would use fireworks a lot for New Year's, and that was like so much
How many
fireworks.
New Years did you have in Italy?
I had multiple, enough to see the fireworks. Yeah. But there was so much fireworks, it would just everyone would do a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. So Italy is one of the big countries for fireworks. And yeah. So but
Daddy,
yeah.
don't fireworks like pollute the air and stuff? Isn't that
Yeah, so there are some
bad?
downsides. Let's talk about that. There is downsides of fireworks. Obviously, it's
They're loud.
the loud.
very
They're
loud.
like I like the sound, but um,
Many small children don't like
but
the sound.
small children don't like the pets don't like the sound.
Pets do not like the sound.
No,
Animals in
animals
general.
really don't like the sound. In fact, since it's an unnatural thing for animals, it's like thunderstorm. I think animals get freaked out even by thunderstorm,
Yeah, but that's like natural.
but at least they understand thunderstorm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But this is like a loud sound in the sky in the middle of the night. It is very unnatural. Very, very unnatural. So it disrupts animals in a very big way. Like some birds die from it. Animals get freaked out.
Which is
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So it's a big, huge disruption, and depending on. So the question is, what benefit do we get? Obviously, it was fun for us, but at the
But some
cost of
people have made silent fireworks or something
yeah.
like that
But
don't
what other
don't pollute the air.
what yeah. So there's a sound pollution of it. There is. I don't think anyone really minds the noise the light pollution from it because the light comes and goes. I don't think that's that disrupting.
Yeah. There's the air pollution.
But the air pollution, and part of that is because a lot of these chemicals, a lot of them
Or toxic.
are heavy metals.
Toxic.
Are yeah, they're toxic to breathe in. They're not good for us to breathe in. So yeah, that's not good. And if you're after fireworks, you have that like burning smell in the air.
Yeah.
Well, that burning smell is not a good thing. It smells like fun to me. It's like really, it smells like
Oh
fireworks
yay,
fun.
fireworks.
That's what it smells like. But actually, it's not good. It's not good to have that smell. So, yeah, and depending on how, so that's one more. But there's another one. You remember there was this big, huge fire
On the west coast.
on the west
whole
coast a
west
couple years
coast.
ago. That
Yeah.
was like burned a whole bunch of amounts of land, and then the smoke was so thick that we could barely see things in Seattle all the way up.
Yeah.
So there's another fire going on right now in Canada. That's the smoke of it is going all the way south, all the way to like Washington D.C.
Jeez.
So that fire a few years ago started out with fireworks.
Really?
People were celebrating.
And they weren't being responsible?
Clearly not. We're being responsible, right? And then there was a burn ban, which means don't make fires.
You can't make fires. Yeah.
So they went in some sort of I don't know,
farm
or something where there's overgrown dry brush, and the fireworks started burning some of that, and then got out of control, and yeah, burned so much of good forest, almost was burning down the old huge redwood tree forest. It was a disaster.
It was
It was
terrible.
very, very bad. So yeah, if that's the downside, then you have to be careful with fireworks. It's not worth that. I don't know. It's that seems like too big a price for some fun.
Maybe we could do smaller celebrations like sparklers.
Yeah, but it's the fireworks that's fun. It's the big, huge fireworks that's awe-inspiring. That's the fun part.
I think that's actually okay because those are managed by like pyrotechnics that are trained and they know what they're doing.
Correct.
But if you're doing like small fireworks, and many countries have rules about this, like you have to be like a pyrotechnic, you have to have a permit
Mm-hmm.
to to purchase fireworks.
Yeah.
You have to or you can only purchase fireworks on like the 3 days around New Year. Like
Right.
there's lots of restrictions,
Mhm.
and US actually has um it kind of varies. Wikipedia said it varies from like state to state or county
Right.
to county. Like it there's no federal big laws that
For
prevent
fireworks, yeah.
like a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
in states
yeah,
you
but people,
have
that's just the. So there's rules for, like, obviously don't sell it where they can. They're not allowed to.
yeah.
But people just go like to the next county over where it's not, but it's allowed, and they just buy it there. So if you from Seattle, if you like drive out east, you run into a bunch
Spokane.
of, yeah, you
Hmm.
run into a bunch of places where you can buy fireworks, even though you're not supposed to buy fireworks, or it might be limited in another county. So there is limitations on buying, there's limitations on selling, but limitations on use. But all that has to be monitored and has to be controlled by someone coming and giving you a ticket. And the people that burned down all that land in California, they got a ticket. But I mean,
Is a
how much?
ticket really enough?
How much was the ticket?
Like
Like, even if the ticket was like $100,000, that for fire
like
damage.
the ticket should have been like 3,738.5
Well,
million trees.
yes, exactly. The ticket should have
It
been the cost that it
yeah,
cost, right? But
ticket should
then
have
the
been in
one person
trees.
can't. It's anyway. It's you don't want to be. It's better to prevent that situation from happening.
Yeah. Which is why many countries have like laws about that.
Right. There are countries that have completely banned fireworks, but it depends. I mean,
Or you have to get
if
like
your
a
country's
permit.
celebration really is intertwined with fireworks, like in China, right?
Or Japan.
It's hard to ban. It's hard to ban. It's not.
But
It's not something you can
so what
ban
they do is they
all
don't
outright.
ban, they say you have to have a permit or
Yeah.
something. So like you know how to properly handle it,
Right.
that kind of thing.
So yeah. So just be more aware of this the situation. When they do it in here in Seattle, they do it out on the water. The big ones, they do it out in the water. And if there's something that goes wrong,
There's water.
yeah, it's like a barge that's on the water, and yeah, it's on a lake. So there's no possibility of it going out of whack.
Yeah.
But there are other options. There are so there's
Firecrackers, smaller fireworks.
yeah. So for the different parts of it that has a problem, there's silent fireworks.
Yeah.
That is
There's smokeless fireworks,
yeah. So basically fireworks that doesn't have
non-toxic ones.
correct. You could do that. But at the end of it, if it has fire, it's going to have the fire damage. It's going to have the fire risk. So there's also like laser shows.
There's also ones where they have air pressure instead of a fuse
Uh-huh.
to make the fireworks go off.
Okay.
And that actually started in Disneyland, and the Walt Disney Company is the biggest consumer of fireworks
Oh, I didn't know that.
in the U.S.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
just read that on Wikipedia.
yeah. So yeah, there's silent ones. There's a town in Italy that started out the whole craze in the silent fireworks.
Oh yeah, they did it, and Wikipedia said like they were able to do it like they were able to make that switch without losing like the beauty of the fireworks, without losing like the prettiness of it.
Well, at least that's what they say.
Well, okay.
I don't know if it's true, it's possible or not. At least that's what they say. But so in the last Olympics in Tokyo,
They had a laser show.
they had a drone show.
Oh yeah, drones.
Remember
Drones
that?
are
Yeah.
as well.
So they had like it's basically like a fireworks thing, but with drones. Um, it's interesting. It's nice. It's not the same. I don't know. I wasn't there, but on TV, it didn't seem like the same big, awe-inspiring fireworks show.
It didn't
where
have the noise or anything, but I guess
it didn't have the spectacle. You know, it was a different type of spectacle, but it was but maybe it's okay. Like let's say, like 90% of the spectacle for like 2% of
Yeah.
the for the danger. That sort of makes
that
sense.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it depends. It's all about like how much of
It's all about like prioritizing? Like, what do you think is more important?
Yeah, and how much of it do you lose? At some point, when you reduce the effect of it, then it's just
kind
not
of
interesting anymore, right? Like do smaller fireworks, do noiseless fireworks, do like at some point it doesn't have the effect anymore. It's not going to be as
yeah.
interesting anymore. But the question is, how much further can we go? Make it more. So obviously, they've tried in different countries, in different cities. They've tried to make it. In Italy, they say that it's possible to do it without noise,
Yeah.
right?
In Disneyland, they make it without smoke,
Without smoke.
without
Yeah.
fire.
Um, yeah, you can do it with different materials, so it's not as toxic.
Yeah. So there's
So
different solutions,
yeah,
but for each one, you kind of lose some of it.
right.
If
And
you combine all of the solutions, you have a noiseless, smokeless, non-toxic firework that doesn't make um, any like. That's kind of you're losing the point,
no,
but it is better, I guess,
yeah. So
in
it
the long term.
so there's been quite a bit of innovation in fireworks in terms of shapes and sizes and colors and all that. Maybe we just need to focus some at now on different things, like on the dangers of it. Maybe we need to focus on like a few rounds of innovation. Let's say 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we've done a lot of research and a lot of innovation on making it safer, taking out like replacing some of the toxic material with less toxic material, reducing the noise.
Yeah.
I think we could have some very very fun, good fireworks that is also safe. Yeah, I think that would like anyway. It would be sad for me. It would be sad to give up fireworks. It's one of those things that I really look forward to, and it's just so
Well, you
awe-inspiring.
like anything fiery in general.
I do, I know,
You like making campfires, you like
I do,
roasting marshmallows, you like doing anything that
I
involves a
do,
fire.
I do like fire. Yes,
You like jumping over fires, you like
yes, I do like all sorts of fire.
pouring your pistachio shells into the fire,
Yes, yeah.
anything
Fire,
fire.
fire is
It's control over fire is one of the biggest things in human evolution.
yeah. Fire is one of the most fun things I've ever come across. Let's say that because it's
Says you when you were 10 to when
yes.
you were
When I was 10 years old, making fire was like the highlight of my week, my summer. Was
Okay,
like
I don't know
making.
if you can tell, but I'm rolling my eyes right now.
Well, some people. Anyway, fire is fun. Fire is
Why are you teaching kids this? Okay, fire is fun, but it is
safe.
not a toy,
Yes, yes, of
and
course.
and it should not be handled.
Well, obviously, we've been talking about how to deal with fire. Fire is something that even fireworks, which is something that is more technical, needs to be done by people that are professional. Otherwise, you run all sorts of risks. And making a campfire clearly is something that you should do as when you're older, when you're not a kid, or have some supervision by some adults and grown-ups.
or help from adults
Yes.
and grown-ups. Yeah.
Help and supervision, yes. But done properly, in a
Duh.
safe place, in a safe way, fire is very fun, isn't it? Yes.
Fine.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right.
Well, that was a very nice episode about fireworks, and now I know more about fireworks and their
Mhm.
history, and maybe we shouldn't be using fireworks all the time. Maybe there are some alternatives, but fireworks are still fun, so you kind of have to decide where you want to stop. If you keep innovating and creating fireworks that are much better for the environment but much less enjoyable, you have to kind of decide what balance you want.
Correct. Okay. Thank you. That was fun.
Happy 4th of July!
Happy 4th of July.
Or anywhere Independence Day ish, whatever.
Yes. Any other Independence
And
Day
any
for your
other-
country.
yeah.
Yes.